Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Jacob Tiffin, and I am the owner of Rebuild Nutrition. I'm here today with the Brantford Public Library to talk about increasing physical capacity and functional ability. So first, what is functional ability? Functional ability is a complex interaction between your environment and your intrinsic capacities. Your intrinsic capacities are things such as your genetics or any predisposition or presence of a disease. Our physical capacity is our body's ability to perform a specific task. Now, this factor is heavily influenced by exercise. When we're thinking about physical capacity, it shouldn't be thought of something that automatically declines with age, but rather something that widens as we get older. However, you should keep in mind age-related changes that do occur, such as your motor skills, your mobility, or any sensory changes. With that being said, I wanted to share with you a couple of exercises that can be done at home with limited to no equipment. These exercises will challenge your stability, your endurance, and can be modified in order to make them more challenging or make them more easier depending on where you're at. Before we get into the exercises, I just wanted to talk a little bit about walking. Walking in general boasts so many health benefits on its own, but one thing to keep in mind, because walking is less intensive than running, you do need to get out more often or more frequently. Another thing to keep in mind is that adults should be striving for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity most days of the week, so about 3 to 5 days of the week. The reason why I wanted to talk about walking is walking can improve cardiac risk factors. So these are things such as your cholesterol levels, your blood pressure, risk of diabetes or obesity, vascular stiffness, as well as inflammation. On top of that, being out in the outdoors boasts so many of its own benefits, not only for our physiological health, but our mental health. Especially with what we have all been going through recently, getting out into nature can just really help and really give us a different perspective from being cooped up in our houses all the time. Okay, so let's get into the exercises. You're going to want to find a designated space for you to do this where you have enough room to perform the exercises as well as minimal distractions so you're able to complete it. Okay, so there's 6 exercises total that I'm going to go over today. I am going to show you the correct movements and how to properly execute these exercises. There are 6 exercises total, so I have a supine floor bridge, a side isolated ab plank, push-ups, a single leg balance, a reverse lunge to balance, and a lateral lunge to balance. Supine floor bridge. Using your arms for stability in a prone position, push down through your feet and squeeze your glutes to lift your pelvis off the ground. Your knees, hips, shoulders, and head should all be in line. This move targets your erector spinae, which runs the length of your back from your neck to your tailbone. Next exercise is a side plank. The plank is one of the best all-around moves to build muscles that protect your spine and prevent lower back pain. For this exercise, you're going to be in a prone position and you're going to push down onto the floor through your forearm and feet to lift your hips and legs off the ground. You want to focus on not letting your head to jet forward or tilt sideways, and make sure that the torso and hips don't rotate or drop to the floor. Next exercise is the standard push-up. To begin a push-up, you're going to be in a prone position with your feet hip width apart and toes on the floor with hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You're going to push up while maintaining alignment through your head, spine, and hips, and with a flat back, slowly lower the body towards the floor, lowering and squeezing your shoulder blades. The next exercise is a single leg balance. This is a great exercise to work on your dynamic balance or your ability to move and change directions under various conditions without falling. Your foot should be flexed with the knee and hip slightly bent. Lift the foot in a specified plane as far as can be controlled by pointed toes and extending the knee. Make sure that what you do with your left side, you also do with your right side, as you want everything to be in balance. The reverse lunge to balance is the next exercise I wanted to speak about. I like this exercise because lunges are versatile, simple, and effective movements for lower body training. You're going to want to stand with your feet shoulder width apart and pointing straight ahead. Your hips should be in a neutral position, and you want to lunge with toes pointed straight ahead and the knee directly over the toes. Push off of your front foot through your heel onto your back leg and maintain balance on the back leg. Repeat. You want to maintain control over your body at all times and avoid using momentum to complete the movement. The final movement I wanted to talk about is the lateral lunge to balance. Like the reverse lunge, you want to stand with your feet shoulder width apart and pointing straight ahead. Your hips should be in a neutral position, and as you lunge from the side in the frontal plane, with your toes pointed straight ahead and knees directly over the toes. You're going to push off your front foot through your heel onto the back leg and maintain balance on your back leg. Maintain control over your body at all times and avoid using momentum to complete the movement. This is definitely one of the harder exercises that I personally do, which means that it needs to be done even more often. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. If you have any questions in regards to the exercises or movements that I was describing, feel free to reach out to me. Also keep in mind that the Brantford Public Library has a ton of books and even DVDs on exercises, eating healthy, and just learning about your overall health. Contact the library. All the staff are very knowledgeable there and can help you out to find what you need to get you on track for your goals.